Recording, and we are back after a month hiatus at the Thanks for Sharing podcast. We are brought to you by Dan Rouse at Cherry Hill Mitsubishi, KCD Construction. Pace Roofing is in the building today, sitting on a couch. Hoover Delivery Service, ERT Restoration, Dudas Distros, J-Bo's Creations, Art History, Kelsey Kool-Aid Art, Four Seasons Landscaping, Sharky's Barbershop, RD Realty, Bone Marrow, Capital Adjustment, Santini's Grill, A-Plus Insurance, Tyson and Castor, Ivy Innovations, Ghost with the Most Boutique, Crocus Landscaping, and Greek Tech. And I'm with Frank Lee today.
How's it going?
How's it going, buddy?
Good, I'm good.
We're meeting for the first time
Yes.
today. Yeah, I was late. I'm sorry. I was Applebee's. You know,
Was
the
early?
grind doesn't stop. That's good. Most people are never early. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Good philosophy to have. Yeah, so what's up? I just see that you post motivational stuff. We were talking about that before we hit record, and I'm a fan of the motivational.
Yeah, I'm big on social media. Try to be big on social media. Got a painting company. Try to diversify everything from the painting company. Got a hair care company I'm trying to work on, and then I try to build my personal brand. And so I had a mindset shift, a few years back. Everything I learned, I try to put it back out there.
Yeah, good rule. Are you a sober guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't do meetings or nothing like that, but
That's fine. I barely go myself.
But no, I don't drink, don't smoke, don't do it.
Nice. How long you been sober?
8 years.
Oh, nice. That's a long time. I was not expecting that. I got more than you. I'm not bragging or anything, you know what I mean? But, I watch Ernie crawl in and out a bunch of times, dude. That's my guy right there. So what? You just, so you were sending me the slideshow thing, which I loved, because I said it went from jumpsuits to GQ.
Yeah.
Which I was like, this dude's handsome as fuck. And,
Thanks.
No problem, dude.
Yeah, so I was incarcerated before, got locked up back in 2014, which started my sobriety, I guess.
Right. So you started in jail?
Yeah, that was
okay.
I quit smoking cigarettes right before I got locked up. That was like the start of me moving towards doing better. I got locked up, and then from that there on out.
Good for you, quitting smoking. That's tough.
And you could smoke, and you could smoke in there too. And
what jail were you in? CFC.
So I was in CFCF for 25 months.
Okay.
Then I went upstate.
Okay, so you went to prison.
Yeah, I went to prison. Then I was upstate for 3.5 years. 19.
Bless, man. How was that time? Fun?
You gotta make the most of it, though. Yeah. I knew I was there. I couldn't do nothing about it. I had to utilize the time while I'm there. And then you just look at everyone else's situation. So in the county, it's different. It's like you see a lot of people going home or going upstate. Like there's only two options: you're either going home or going upstate.
Yeah.
So once I got there, I'm thinking it was going to be better because when you're in the county, you hear people talking about, "Can't wait to go back upstate. You're not locked down. You got a TV in your cell. All this. It's better." I get up there and it sucked. It's still jail.
No, prison sucked. Yeah. You got to be kidding me,
dude. Horrible. Nah, but make the most of it. And I was looking at other people's situations. That's what really got me into a mindset of gratitude. Your bunkie could have 20 years, and I'm bitching about 3 years.
Yeah.
Or the guy walking in the yard, 21 years old, he got a life sentence. Oof. So it's like you start to really look at your situation like 3 years. That's not.
Yeah.
You got people that will give up a limb to be in your situation. So it started changing my perspective on life, actually. So I'm there, and I want to utilize the time that I'm there. Programs, get a diploma. I start working out, getting in fitness, reading more. I was like, can't do nothing in this 3-year period to excel my life besides this. And then I get home, excel my life. Not at the pace that I wanted to, but
yeah, slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So when you got out, what did you like? So you own a painting company. What's the company called again?
Enhanced Property Appearance.
Enhanced Property. If you need painting done, guys, you know what I mean? This whole podcast can build you a house. Case in point, by this house being built right now, apparently, But so when you got out, did you like have your mindset on painting, or were you just like something like?
No, it's crazy because it's crazy because in 2017, I wrote down like all these goals and all. And I painted a little bit before I got locked up. So I was like, oh, I'll go home and I'll just start a painting company. I figured it's like the least amount of knowledge and tools you need to start. And then, I needed a job to come home to. So I'm talking to friends that are roofers. They're supposed to give me in unions. I'm talking to friends that are in factories, and I came home and no one was able to get me a job in 2019. So I was like, everyone made these promises. My buddy worked for a painting company. It was a high-end painting company. So I start there, and I was like, I don't know how to paint.
Yeah.
So I had all the goals to get my credit up, to start a business, to buy a house, and then I started to feel like defeated the first 6 months because I'm not where I want to be. I'm saving money. I'm working 2 jobs. I was doing the painting, and then I was working delivering on the side. So I was working 7 days a week. And after like the time went by, I'm like getting more and more discouraged. And then I just had to make that jump. It was like, just put it out there and start it. I learned so much from where I was at in a year. So a year after that, I saved up the money and I just took the leap in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, which is probably a good thing if you're like in any sort of trade, because everyone wanted their house pretty much redone because it's like we're stuck in this house. Yeah. So what else are you gonna do? But
yeah, we got that a lot.
Painting sucks, dude. When you said it, see, this is what I thought, because a lot of my buddies like work with their hands. I don't do that because look at me. But I'm just like, I was like, painting seems like and I paid my buddy Nate to actually paint the upstairs there. And he was like, I don't really do painting because it sucks, dude. And it's a lot harder than you think. And I was, you know what I mean?
Tried it?
No, I didn't try. Fuck no. Does it look like I tried to do it?
Well, I seen some cut lines up there, but no.
Yeah, that was me, man. I'm fucking cutting line it. No, but yeah, painting sucks, and it's a job no one wants to do. Like, I know all these trades dudes, and they're like, it's the last thing I want to do is do the painting.
I actually like painting because, so for me, it's when I was painting, I put my headphones in, I listen to music, but I'm big on podcasts. Like, I listen to a lot of motivational podcasts. I do the audiobooks. So it was a way for me to get away from the job while doing my job still, but still getting the knowledge I need to further my life.
Yeah, that's good. So,
and it was never about, I think I'm a great painter, but it wasn't even about being a painter. It was about, I had to be a painter to become an owner. So now I know the ins and outs of the trade.
Makes sense. Are you interested in getting into this game, the podcast game? You got
it? Yeah. I got talking to a couple buddies right now. I want to do a motivational podcast. I want to bring people on and do interviews and have guests that been through a struggle, whether it's addiction, whether it's weight loss, whether it's overcoming barriers in their life or starting a business, and just to give people the rundown. Because for me, for example, I wouldn't have known this was possible. I didn't know Ernie, but I heard of his story, and that kind of motivated me because I'm like, well, he can do it. Like, he faced obstacles, he overcame, so why can't I? Yeah. And I will compare myself to people, and it's like, that's their journey, and he got through it. I'm on my own road, so eventually that's when I just took the leap, and I failed, and I'm just going to keep failing until I get it right. Yeah. But that's the message, like, just pushing.
Right, dude. Well, I hope you do get into this. It's fun to do, but I'm happy I'm like the first experience, because a lot of people come on here, dude. Like we were talking before, like my best friend's done this podcast twice, dude, and he's a charismatic talking dude, but people freak the fuck out over that little box over there, and they're like, I don't know how to act now. There's a camera in my face, and I'm like, and it's the weirdest thing ever. Like, a couple of my friends who, like, my one buddy does music. He's in front of people performing all the time, and he's done this podcast, and he's like, it's just the camera once it's on. If it was just audio, and I'm like, I don't get the big deal.
I'm not even paying attention. I try to get more friendly with the camera, even because
stuff like that happens.
It happens. Yeah. But that's why I try to put my face on Instagram a lot more now, and I try to get in front of the camera and hire a social media person to help me record it, and content's king.
Yeah, it is, dude. You got to keep pumping it out there. I personally get in modes where I just hate social media, and I'm like, and I do stand up, so I need it, but I'm just over it. As of lately, I'm just like, and which is, you listen to a lot of motivational stuff. You get stuck in that rut. It's terrible, dude. Yeah. Like, because like I was just dealing with, I didn't want to do this. I haven't done this in like a month, and I was like, I'm fucking doing it. And it's all over like outside things that don't really fucking matter.
Well, consistency is key with anything. So like, if I would have stopped painting when I had a job fall through, lost $1,000, my truck got robbed in the same like a week later. So just, you gotta be consistent and persistent with it. So it's like motivation. Keeping yourself motivated is like a shower. Like, get a shower so you don't want to stink, but you're not going to get a shower once a week. You're going to get a shower every day. So that's why you gotta motivate yourself every day.
Right. People take 2 a day,
Yeah.
I'm not that guy, I take 1 in the morning. You brush your teeth once or twice a day?
Twice.
Really?
Yeah.
How about once? Okay, I'm a once guy, dude. And people, do you think it's strange that I only do it once?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's
Because bacteria builds up in your mouth overnight.
all right,
So
that's
you
true.
gotta-
That's true. It probably knows more than me about it. I just do it once. I don't know why, dude. Yeah, gel mentality.
definitely gel
dude.
mentality.
Yeah. You use women's deodorant?
No, not no
No,
more.
okay.
No, no
I
more.
do, dude. Because all my friends went to jail and they're like, I use women's deodorant and I wanted to be fucking get my street cred up, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't do well in jail or prison, you know what I mean?
You would be alright.
You think
you'd be
you
alright.
got a lot more faith in me than I do?
I've seen worse get by.
Yeah, I would instantly be Muslim within the first week, and they would be like, fuck this guy. All the black dudes would hate me, then all the white dudes would hate me because they're like, he thinks he's Muslim, and they'd be like, he's not with us. That would be me in jail, you know what I mean? I've seen so many of my friends' mugshots, and they all look hard as shit in it.
I wish
dude.
I had my mugshot only.
Yeah, I got one for a DUI. I don't even think you can find it. I tried looking it in the little.
That?
Yeah, I was crying though. I was crying because I'm a bitch. Because my dad, fun fact, is a retared cop. So when I got pulled over, I was like, my dad's a detective, and the cop was like, I don't give a fuck. You broke the law, and I was like, that's what's up, dude. Yeah, and then I got a DUI. So that's the worst trouble I ever got in. Every time I got stopped by the cops, it was more. Listen, going to jail is definitely worse, but hearing, does your father know where you are right now, dude? Because me and my buddy Shane, both our dads are cops, and his dad more so was like head of narcotics at Bucks County. So when we got stopped, they're like, do your dads know where you're in jail at this point, dude? Which is not the route you want to go, I don't think. I think you want to probably get screamed at by your dad, you know what I mean? It's not that bad.
Well, I try to pull out the spade on him. My dad's a cop.
Yeah, it didn't work, you know? I mean, But I didn't really do that much, like, bad stuff. What did you do? Do you mind me asking? What did you do to end up incarcerated to begin with? If you don't want to talk about it, you can be like, fuck.
Well, actually, fun story, I'll give you my criminal history, right?
Okay. This is exciting.
So I had a DUI. That was my first case ever.
Okay.
Well, adult case. First adult case ever. I had a DUI. I lost my license and did a weekend in jail. And dude, it felt like that.
Yeah, we're good.
That weekend felt like 5 years. I'm never going back to jail again, right? I get probation, play fine. I get locked up for drugs, and I beat it. Get locked up again for a gun, and I beat it. So I did no time then. And then I got another charge. I got in a fight. Beat dude with a bat. Get locked up, pay my lawyer, get probation, 2 years probation. Now within that 2-year probation period, last year I ended up catching another aggravated assault. It was a bar fight, and 2 guys got stabbed. So I was up for stabbing. They tried to charge me with attempted murder. Got dropped down to aggravated assault, and I got 4.5 to 11. But my back judge gave me a 1-year sentence, so 5.5 to 11.
Okay. And what you said you went? So you did the 3 upstate.
Yeah.
And what's that?
The
2 years in county.
Was fighting it.
Okay.
So they weren't coming to court, then they were, and then this witness would come, and then at that point I was ready to cop a deal.
Yeah.
And
so 5 years of your life altogether, right? Is that correct? And
5.5.
how old were you when you went in?
25 years old.
25.
Yeah.
Got out at 30.
31.
31.
Mm-hmm.
That's the prime, dude. Well, they say your 30s is the prime.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 34.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 years.
2.5 years.
Okay. You like, yeah, and that's better than, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Have you worked on the anger?
I don't get.
Was that even an anger thing, or was it just wrong place, wrong time?
Do you know what it comes down to? When you're living that lifestyle, you carry a lot of pride with yourself. You have a big ego. This person ain't gonna talk to me like this. You don't want people to look at you a certain way. So I dropped all that at the gate. Like right now, like back then, you couldn't poke me in my face or call me a bitch or pump your chest out. Now it's like you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't even. I'm so focused on where I'm trying to go that I wouldn't even get involved with anything like that. Well, and this is what comes down to too with the drinking and stuff. So I choose not to drink. I don't want to be around that environment. That's why. And also, I don't want to intoxicate myself because I want a clear mind. And drinking and partying and using and all that stuff is counterproductive from where I'm trying to go. So even if it's one night, it's still one night I could have invested in myself rather than take a step back.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Good for you, dude. That's a big turnaround, dude. It's tough to do. And I find the fascinating thing, now I know you're not like an AA guy, but like the fascinating thing is that it like brings someone like me.
I had to do
this is okay.
Yeah.
So you got an idea of it.
Court mandated, but yeah.
Yeah, the fun stuff, dude. But I just think it's fun, like the walks of life. Like you go through all this, and like my like hardest thing, I've been here my whole life. You know what I mean? I refuse to leave. They're probably sick of me up there. They're like, "Are you ever gonna leave? You're too old." And I'm like, "Pretty sick here, dude." You know?
Yeah. Everyone, but that's like I said, everyone has a different story, different journey.
Absolutely. So I was still thinking about the brushing the teeth twice a thing today. I need to find out things, so I haven't talked to people. No, it's not about the brushing the teeth thing. So my girl gets mad at me all the time because when I get out of the shower, I dry off out of the shower. Now, what are your stance? I know you weren't thinking these were going to be the questions.
Yeah,
like
no,
motivational guy.
Expand the question.
Do you do it when you get out of the shower or in the shower still?
In there?
Dry off.
What, in jail?
No.
Oh, now?
Yeah, now.
Oh, I get out. Yeah. I do it now. I let my shit swing now. Yeah. In there.
Yeah. She thinks she's like she's like psychopaths get out of the shower and like you know, does anyone know what I'm saying? She does it like in the tub still. She like turns the water off.
I don't do it.
Yeah, I feel too claustrophobic, you know what I mean?
Got enough space.
So when she's sleeping here, I put a towel down because I get screamed at, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, I already live with my mom, but I'm getting screamed at again by another woman in my life. And they're like, put the towel down. So I was just curious. I haven't talked to anyone about that, but these are the issues that play because my life is pretty good. You know, I've been sober 9 years, you know, I don't stress as much. And I'm sure you can relate, 8 years sober.
Yeah.
A lot to be grateful for, you know. But these are my biggest problems in life.
Your biggest problem is drying off at the shower.
Yeah.
Put the towel down.
But I get out of the shower. Yeah. No, I don't want to know.
Brush twice a day, though.
Brush twice a day.
Yeah. Or they're all going to be gold. You don't want gold.
No. I paid good. I paid money to get these gold, which is the dumbest thing anyone can do, dude.
Invested in your image.
There you go. I don't know what image I'm going for. You know what I mean? I got told yesterday I was doing stand-up. My buddy Rob, he actually did this podcast like a couple weeks ago. He's like, "You look like a tough guy because you got your knuckles tattooed, but you're like the nicest dude ever." I was like, my knuckles say carefree. That's like the least tough. Are
you a
thing.
Chef?
No, I'm a bartender.
Oh.
Yeah.
The chef's got the whole...
Yeah, no, I look like when people come into Applebee's, they're like, "You're the bartender? Are you sure you don't want to cook my food for me?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm the guy out here."
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a chef look, don't I?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Like, you get like a little white hat on top?
Yeah, dude, you know. My brother told me one time that the layers on the hat are for how many ways they can cook an egg. Which I don't know if that's true, but it's believable.
Well, now that we're talking about cooking, you ever have a chiche?
Yeah. Yeah, I lived in a recovery house. I may never did jail, but I lived in, because all those dudes like live in, like when you were talking about all the charges and all the stuff, that's how they all talked in the recovery house. They were like, and they would like call people on it because, like, you know, first off, I'm not like a jail guy and I never claimed to be, but like some dude would be like, people like to have that persona about, you know what I mean? Which it's like, who cares? You know, I did the wrong thing. I want to change my life. But like they talk like lawyers sometimes. They're like, "You tell me you hit a dude with a bat and you only got 12-6 with the 3-5 stipulation." I'm like, what the fuck are you saying right now? But that's how all those dudes talked in jail or in the recovery house. And they're
it's like stripes. Like they're trying to question their stripes. That's what I see it as.
Do you ever crave a Chi-Chi still?
I had one time when I came home. I made one.
And you were like, real food's way better.
I was like on the toilet right afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how this was good.
Yeah. What's the food like? I guess these are like typical. I guess I never really. I'm sure I have plenty of people who've been to jail here, and I just never asked these questions. I'm like, what's the food like?
But did it do a long time? Because it's different than the county and then upstate food.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of everyone who ever been on here. I don't know if anyone upstate. I'm sure they did like a little bit of time. I really don't know. You know what I mean? You might be the first actually, which is surprising.
It's trash.
Yeah, terrible. I used to work at like a meat packing factory. It was a sausage factory actually. No, they sent food to the jail, and I was like, which one do we send to the jail? Because this all looks disgusting. You know what I mean? What was your first meal when you got home? Did you plan any of that stuff?
But no.
No.
I'm trying to think. Really don't even remember. I was sick. I got car sick on the ride home. You're used to walking.
Yeah, imagine 5 years of your life.
5 years, and then I get in a car. I got car sick. I had to stop and get me to
Dramamine or something.
So I remember not being able to sleep and not feeling like it was real. It was like overwhelming, and I was scared of that because I was used to living like a structured lifestyle, being told what to do, and coming home and having my freedom. A bit scary.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I could go do whatever you want. But then, like, you know, I have my goals written down. Like, I gotta start knocking some of this stuff off. That, like,
dude, good for you for staying motivated with it, dude. Because I'm such a lazy piece of shit. I would have easily like fell off, and I guess, you know, you had a lot of character building, which is a good thing, dude.
Your why got to be stronger than your excuse.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that's fucking. See, I'm gonna think about this stuff at night, dude, because I'm a heavy thinker.
Yeah.
I sleep with the TV on. You ever do that? Do you sleep with the TV on, or are you? You're just one of those people who's like, it's nighttime and you go, oh wow, dude. Yeah, that's next level psycho.
Well, I'm cheap too, so I don't want to keep the electric book.
Yeah, I was reading something. Apparently, like if you keep the lights on your house, it raises like your electric like 25 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay the bills here, so I'm a man child, dude. I don't know if you gathered that. I'm sure you. What was your first impression pulling up here? Because that always trips me out. Because I think people think I'm doing better than I actually am.
I didn't know if you were here or not. I thought you were a plumber or something.
Nah, yeah, I'm not a plumber.
From work
nah, yeah. These bad boys are useless, dude. I just I make drinks all day. That's what I do.
Nah, I didn't even know I was in the. This is a nice neighborhood. This is a nice neighborhood. But I looked up a little bit of your stuff on your snippets on what's your name?
The Instagram.
Yeah, comedian. I didn't know you live with your mom. I don't care about none of that. Anybody like that?
Well, I would hope not. I don't care that I live with her. Some people do care, dude. I've had people in AA meetings. This is what I find fascinating about AA, dude. You meet some of the nicest people, then you meet some of the most judgmental people, and I'm like, you were just shooting puddle water a week ago. Who are you? You know what I mean? And they're like, you live with your mom, loser. I'm like, at least I'm not in a house with 14 other dudes sleeping in a bunk bed.
You got to utilize that to your advantage, though. Because I wish I could. If I could live with my mom still, I'd be saving so much money.
Yeah,
being an adult sucks.
yeah. I've gotten better with saving money. I'm so terrible with money.
Yeah.
Because I work in a cash business, so it's cash every day. So like I had the mindset of like I was like, yo, let's fucking go. You know what I mean? I'll just spend it on nothing. I like gambling a lot. Yeah. And I'm not good at it. You know, so that's not good.
Yeah.
I like to piss away a game. And it's not like, I know you hear gambling, you're like, oh, he probably goes to the casino. I play scratch offs.
Oh shit.
Like a fiend, dude. I spend $100 to just get my original 20 back. I'm like, get that 20 back. You know?
Chasing it.
Yeah, you chase. I have what you like to call addictive personality. From everything from my first year sober is when I got all these tattoos. I didn't have any. And I've slowed down a lot since then. I just fucking hate getting them personally. I think it sucks to get them. I went through a sneaker phase. And I don't even... I'm sure I'll find a new thing.
I think I probably got an addictive personality too. You just got to channel it towards something.
Yeah, definitely.
Like whatever you channel it towards.
You channeled it to work and being successful, which is a good thing, dude. Yeah. You know, it seems to be working out from you, from the outside perspective, you know, which can
why don't you just like be obsessed with money? Like, I want to get 5,000, 50,000. Why don't you try to like channel it to that?
Oh, I don't even want to think about having that much. Which isn't even a lot of money, dude. If someone offered me 30 grand cash right now, which is not a lot of money, I would just quit my job. I'd be like, I made it, dude. Yeah. And I didn't, you know, it's terrible. But
what would you buy with 30 grand right now?
I don't know, dude. I would probably
you got 30 grand right now.
I'll be like, let's buy some scratch offs. You know what I mean? No, I don't know. I don't know what like enough money it would be for me to be like, what would I buy with 30 grand? I don't fucking know. I know what I like. I like doing this. I like just like having the idea of money. And this is why I gamble, because I panic, because I'm like, I have a bunch of money, but I can get more. But what do I need the money for?
Happy?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm happy.
Money don't matter. Happy.
Yeah. Well, it's up there with oxygen, unfortunately. People say, you know what I mean? You do need it to survive.
It's overrated, but...
What, oxygen?
Yeah.
yeah, I hate living, dude. It's the worst. No, but, sometimes I think I just gotta, like, stay more focused on doing stand-up. It's a weird scene to be in stand-up. So if you, like, have, like, a trade or you have, like, a job you're into, like, there's, like, leeway. Like, a stand-up's, like, a one-in-the-middle job. It's hard to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would say it's not one of those things where the talent even matters. It's more who you know. And I hate like networking because a lot of these, not that I hate networking, just like a lot of these are at like bars at open mics. When you don't drink, you're like, all right. Like, I like you guys, but fuck this. I'm leaving. They're like, why are you leaving, dude? We're all having a good time. I'm like, I'm not.
Do you have a passion for it?
What, comedy? Yeah, I love it.
So who's some of your favorite comedians then?
Some of my favorite comedians? See, I hate doing this. Are you into stand-up at all?
Yeah, I listen.
Oh, okay. Tom Segura. You know him. Nate Bargatze. They're my two favorite. The other, like, it's like all interchangeable. And there's like comedians that I love that are professional comedians, but I like their podcast more, which makes me like their stand-up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's vice versa. I think they're hilarious stand-ups and they have a podcast, and I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? Like there's dude Bert Kreischer. Are you familiar? Takes his shirt off. Big dude. He's pretty funny. You know what I mean? But I like him on podcasts way more than I like his stand-up, which sounds kind of rude. because he's like one of the most
Well, maybe his
successful.
jokes aren't funny. You just like his person.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's all about like just the energy people put out. What makes a person likable?
Yeah.
That's why I get discouraged with social media, because like I'll post something and I think it's funny and it gets like one like and I'm like, do people just fucking hate me? Is that what it is? And it's not a.
Well,
it could be the algorithm. It could be anything.
It's algorithm, because I'll make a post and it won't get nothing, probably 2 or 4 likes, whatever, and then I'll post something and like.
That's why I get fascinated with TikTok, dude. Like I posted a couple TikToks and they either go from 10,000 views or to like 50, and I'm like, I don't understand
What's
this
your
at all.
TikTok?
Same as Instagram, Joseph Desmond White, which I hate using my full name because people think I want to be called Joseph, or they think I want my middle name thrown in there. I just prefer Joe. Yeah, a lot easier. So, but no, yeah, I get like real in my head and nuts. I don't know if you get nuts like that. I'm sure you have it in you a little bit to just get nutty.
I was like, that is an insecurity of mine. Like, no one cares, or doing it, I'm wasting my time. But who cares at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Like, I'm still outside of social media. I'm still happy, and if no one cares, then okay. If people care, then okay. But I've seen what it has done for probably other comedians, other influencers, other painters or painting companies. So I'm just going to keep it. I mean, what am I going to lose? Time?
Oh yeah.
I lost 5.5 years anyway.
Exactly.
I didn't eat and have the life I have now. So lose time.
My biggest joy in life, I read that long ass sponsor list, which is just like everyone in the, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, if someone ever hits any of those people up, I get so happy. Not that it's like, hey, fucking do it, you know what I mean? But it's good when someone's like, you know what I mean? And like all these people are like already pretty established and stuff, you know what I mean? Like Pace Roofing, big sponsor of the podcast, you know what I mean? He don't need me to get him business.
Right.
And I doubt people who are listening to this podcast are like, I could really afford and need a roof right now, you know what I mean?
I'll have them guys come to do the roof. I don't even need it.
Yeah.
Just for him to show up.
Yeah, just for him to show. He's got a good crew with him. Know any of the crew, dude?
Yeah, I know it's basically everyone, yeah.
Yeah. All my friends have worked for him. Pretty sick, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Paisans.
Yeah.
He's climbing a pole or something. Is that right? Is that what it is?
Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
Saturday.
What time? I'm gonna be in Fishtown that night. Yeah, I'll come through during the day, you know. Then I got to come back here and get the old ball and chain. We're going to a concert. You know what I mean?
What are you in Fishtown for?
I'm going to a concert. My buddy's band. So I'm going to go see them. Which is always weird. I hate saying things. Like my one buddy's like in a pretty big band. And they're from New York. Like they played Tompkins Square Park. Which, are you familiar with New York at all?
Yeah.
I personally hate the city. It gives me anxiety. You know what I mean? The Tompkins Square Park's big, and like they played a show to 10,000 people, so it feels weird when I tell people, because like I have regulars every day, and they're like, "What are you doing this weekend?" Seeing my buddy's band in New York, and I think they think I'm going to like some fucking shithole bar in the wall, and it's like, there they are, 5 people are watching. I'm like, there's 10,000 people watching this. Pretty crazy. I don't have 10,000 people watching my shit, which would be nice one day. You know, we'll get there together. Together we'll get there, dude. Yeah, good shit, dude. So what are the plans for the future? I'm just gonna keep grinding it out, dude.
So
what's the ultimate end goal? To not work?
I'm always going to work.
Really?
The ultimate end goal really for me would be to use my platform to motivate other people, to sell not sell my story, but showcase my story to other people. So just to see there's a possibility. Reach a level of success that at one point I never thought was possible.
Pretty good together so far, from what I can tell. Just
it's chaotic behind the scenes, but yeah. So much going on. The hair care product that I'm trying to push right now.
Yeah.
I started that a couple months ago.
And what's that called?
Gentleman's Touch.
Gentleman's Touch.
Yeah. Pomade and all types of gel and hair stuff. Now I got people asking me about beard stuff, so I gotta talk to my distributor and try to get the beard product. And then I'm getting phone calls about the painting, and I get pulled too many ways.
How do you get into hair care products?
So I wanted.
That seems like a drastic switch from doing like work with your hands to be like, now I sell pomade.
Well, painting is service-based industry, so you need guys to show up and produce a certain level of quality for it to be valuable. With a product, I was thinking, let me come up with a product. So, instantly t-shirts. I'm going to sell t-shirts. That's what everyone does, right? So I was like, nah, no one's gonna keep buying t-shirts. Like they'll buy one every once in a while. I need something that they're gonna buy. Like when they run out of, they need more. I use hair product every day, so I was like, a good idea. And then I started doing my research on the internet.
Just get into toothpaste and such a big advocate of doing it twice a day. You know what I mean? Tell me how to live my life.
Oh man!
You can even call it twice a day. Be like, this is for normal people. You know what I mean? Not like freaks like me and Ernie. Oh, I'm sorry, I aired you out. I know you finally put your hand out. You know what I mean? That's my bad. Yeah, how do you make toothpaste? I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I found the hair stuff. I looked online for a distributor from over UK.
So it's your own, or is it like they already did it and you just got involved with it?
No, it would be, I think what it would be similar to. It's like they're the manufacturer and I'm the pusher.
Okay.
So
you're trying to be the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good. You got a good face for it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3"?
Yeah.
Is that weird? Because when I saw you, we were talking today. I was like, I bet you're fucking tall, dude. And sure enough, you were tall.
Have you seen social media?
Yeah, I just saw like a post of you like talking in the car, and I was like, I bet you're tall, dude. I can point out tall people.
How are you?
Not 6'3", dude. I don't even think what. I might be like 5'8". How tall, Ern? How tall are you? 5'9". Would you say I'm 5'8" then, dude? I don't want to stand up and like do it back to back right now.
You're probably 5'8".
Yeah, I think I'm 5'8". My license says 5'5", and I never changed it. I just tell people I'm 5'5", which is really short. Not that short. But yeah, I have a buddy who's like 5'10", 5'9", and my buddy swore he was like this dude, 7 foot tall. You ever do that? You ever meet someone and you're like, you're so tall, and then you see him again and you're like, you're tall. You don't have these fucking problems, dude. That's fucking annoying.
I look at people and like, damn, he's short. Now I go by, I'm like, yeah, he is really short.
Yeah. Is that what you said when you walked up here? You're like, damn, I thought he was a little bit taller.
Now your hair gives me the illusion that like you got a couple
the hair,
2
dude.
inches on it.
Yeah. That's why I spike it up. I just need every inch. I wear Air Maxes, dude. Anything I can get to give me some more lift, I do it. You know.
Speaking of Air, what was your shoe addiction? What were you getting? Not Jordans, right?
I got a couple pairs of 4s. I don't even wear them. I don't like them. They hurt my feet. I wear Air Maxes all the time. I used to wear Hirachis all the time, and someone watching this, like the second I started wearing Air Maxes, they were like, you fucking changed. And I was like, what, dude? I've changed. But yeah, I got into that. But even with the whole shoe thing, this is what like drove me nuts. So like I knew people who were like into shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, I bought these for $1,200. I'm like, that's so insane because I want to wear my shoes. I couldn't buy something for $1,200, and you know what I mean? I don't even think I would ruin them.
I wear Yuppie shoes.
Yeah, you're wearing Chucks. That's good. I only wear Nikes. My dog's name.
Nike?
You know? Yeah, that's his name, Nike. Yeah, it was his name on the website. I didn't change it. I have so many pairs of Nikes. His name forever. Bad dog, dude.
I never met a dog named Nike.
Yeah, you did, dude. You met him. You know, you're gonna get to pick him up after the fucking podcast.
I didn't even see it. Got a little swoosh right here.
Yeah, my friend Kelsey painted it. Pretty wild, right?
Who did this?
This girl Stacy, she tattoos at Cosmic Primate, and Kelsey tattoos at Through Being Cool Tattoo. But Kelsey was on the podcast and did this. I never met Stacy, but I see her artwork, and I hit her up, and I was just like, "Yeah, can I commission you to do this?" And yeah, that's how I ended up with this fucking thing. Yeah, you want to know the most psychopath thing ever? I used to do this podcast at my buddy Davron's house, and he wouldn't let me keep this at his house, so it was in the back seat of my car. You know what it's like to drive around with a huge poster of yourself in your car, and people are like, do you like yourself that much? And I'm like, I hate myself. He wouldn't let me keep it there. He said it was terrifying. You can say it's terrifying. It's fine, dude. You won't hurt my feelings. Dude. I only brush once a day, dude. It's fine.
What are you using for your hair, actually?
I use Axe stuff. I used to use Layrite.
Old Spice, right?
Pomade. Yeah.
And you just got some stuff off of me, and he's still, it ain't better than Old Spice.
Yeah. I'm going to hit you up for stuff. I always constantly go through stuff to like, the right texture. Well, sometimes I get stuff that's too wet, and I look like a grease ball mess all day. And then
you like no shine?
Yeah, whatever's going on here. I don't think this is it super shiny right now? I don't wash my hair every day.
Don't?
No.
I'm
Do
not
you
judging.
wash your hair every day?
Yeah, because I gotta.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, right? Girls know this stuff.
But I have to
dude.
get this out of my hair. I can't sleep with this and then get it on my pillow every night. I feel like I gotta wash this out because then it's all gonna get on my pillow and then my face is gonna be on there and then I'm gonna break out and then I gotta go get acne cream and then it's like a.
I hear you. I feel like, and listen, this is just a judgment call. I feel like you value sanitation more because you were away for 5 years, where I don't think about it that much. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which I don't blame you for. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking you, but like if I was fucking locked away with a bunch of other men, I'd be like, yo, this is my toothbrush. I'm using it twice a day. Get away from me. You're all disgusting. You know what I mean?
Gotta hide your toothbrush to the shank.
Yeah. That's real deal shit, dude. Fucking shanking people. I do it all the time. I just walk by the hallway and I'm like,
I went to the hole for a shank. Wasn't mine.
Did you know whose it was? Did you take the fall for
No, it was
him?
my bunkies.
Oh, okay. Just like,
Had to go down.
oh, you both had to go.
Yeah.
All right, that's
6
what's
months.
Yeah.
Insane. You have to become your own best friend down there. Only you and your thoughts.
Yeah. How big is the room you're locked up in? I assume it's bigger, or it's not bigger than this room.
It's probably, I'm gonna say 6 by 10.
Okay.
So maybe like,
Okay. 6 by 10. So when you're 6'3", that sucks.
yeah.
So I would do.
Like you can't lay this way, obviously.
Yeah. Think I could? Not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would be on top. They would make you on the top bunk.
Yeah.
Just because you're like.
I'm top bunk
like-
energy. Dude. I get it. I understand my role, dude. When I was in the halfway house, I hated the top bunk, and like I was like, "Listen, we're not in jail. I've been here longer. I'm taking the bottom bunk."
Did that work?
Pretty good.
Got it.
I ended up getting the bottom
Seniority?
bunk.
Or?
You know what it was? I switched rooms so many times in my recovery. I was only there for 4 months, dude. It was the weirdest thing. I just hated it so much. Then I left, and I came back here. I was like, "Fuck you guys. You're
How long you been sober?
9 years."
9 years.
Yeah.
So what was your kick if you don't? What?
Percocet, Xanax, crack, PCP, ecstasy.
Okay.
I smoked weed until the day I got sober, and people think that's like the strangest thing because when you're a hardcore fucking junk box, everyone's like, "I stopped doing weed. It made me paranoid." I was like, "You were smoking crack. That didn't make you paranoid." You know what I mean?
So what switched over? Like I keep doing it.
I kept stealing her jewelry box upstairs, and they would keep catching me because I'm like, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And like then the third time, so like I did this thing what I like to call is fake homeless, where like I had a little run. I'm not built for Kensington. I'm as suburban gets.
I like Tacony. I go down to Tacony.
No, I would go to Kensington because I wanted to buy crack. You know what I mean? Everything else, I'm afraid of needles, so I never did dope. Which is, people are like, "You got tattoos. How are you afraid of needles?" Yeah. I'm like, different needle, and I know it doesn't matter. This is how I know the caliber of people I hang around with are no good because I tell people I'm afraid of needles, so I dope. And first reaction is that you can just snort it, which I'm aware. You know what I mean? Just proves they're a bigger junkie than me. But no. So when I was smoking crack, I make it sound longer than it was, but I think it was like a 2-month thing because I don't fit in Kensington. But like I did this like fake homeless thing where I was just down there smoking crack till like 5 a.m. Then the sun would rise and I would pull my car keys out and be like, "Boop, boop." And they're like, "Where the fuck are you going, dude?" And I'm like, "I'm going back to my home. I got to go to Applebee's." You know what I mean? They were like, "I thought you were homeless with us down here." And I was like, "No, get your lives together." You know what I mean? And they're like, "You were just eating it." I did things to be like, you were talking about earning your stripes. I did things just to be about it down there. Like I would eat it out of the dumpsters. They would be like, "Damn, real out here." And then I would drive home and then, "Why were you eating out of a dumpster?" I'm like, "Oh, I thought that's what you did. I wanted my life to be The Wire," and it was not. If anybody, I was like Bubbles. Did you ever watch The Wire? Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if these references. Some people don't get into that show, which
probably one of the best.
People can't make it past. They think it's too slow to start, and I'm like, but it gets so good.
Breaking Bad was slow.
Yeah, I know. My parents are rewatching it for the 5th time. I can't commit to rewatch Breaking Bad. I can rewatch The Wire. Breaking Bad was a lot. Watch Better Call Saul?
That was a spin-off.
Yeah. It's still going on. Yeah, I just couldn't get into it.
Like Sons.
No, Better Call Saul is the lawyer from Breaking Bad.
But I'm talking about a spin-off.
I didn't even know fucking Sons of Anarchy had a spin-off.
Yeah.
I never watched Sons of Anarchy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm missing out. I should probably watch it.
How many people watch it?
A good amount, not a lot. It's not like a Breaking Bad or The Wire level, like or Game of Thrones. That was a big. Gotta watch it. Yeah, I got into it. I'm into so much garbage. I'll just watch anything. I have a problem, huh? No, but people say it's phenomenal. It's been off the air for like 10 years, right? Yeah, people like lost a lot. I just didn't, I heard it got too wacky. What even brought all this up? Oh, so I was fake homeless. So that was like, yeah. So then I was like actually homeless. Lasted like 2 days. And I don't know if you've ever been homeless in the suburbs, but it's weird when you see someone walking down the main streets of Ben Sam with a trash bag. You're like, what the fuck's this guy's problem? You know what I mean? You just don't see it that often.
They got like a sword.
So I did the typical, like I called my one brother who called my mom, and then I went to fucking rehab for the fucking third time, and I was just like, which is a low number. I know a lot of people.
Were done. Third time.
Yeah, third time was a charm. Yeah, so they say. Yeah, it just broke me. I went to Living Green across the street, so like my life, I never left this like 5-block radius. I feel like a Northeast dude, where they're like, my whole life was just up to the corner and back to my house. Like that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Ernie knows.
So how were you faced with temptations when you came back?
So I will give credit to the sober house. I never did that before, but it like living there, and even though it was a short time, it got me in the routine. I mean, like if I fuck up, then I'm kicked out, and then I'm kicked out again, and everyone's mad at me again. And I don't do well with those anxieties of like, I do it now sober with people I'm friends with. I'm like, do you fucking hate me or something, dude? And they're like, why would I hate you? And I'm like, because I made it up in my head, and I'm just rolling with it because I'm a psychopath. But yeah, no, I just did the AA thing. I got like real involved in AA. I think the first 4 or 5 years of my life, I made a meeting every day. Not of my life, of my sobriety. I went every day. And then the pandemic happened. I was still going like 2 or 3 times in the pandemic, and I just like realized I can be okay. This isn't a knock on AA. I don't want people to listen to this. It saved my life. I still go once a week. I'm going tonight actually. But it's like one of those things. I got into a routine of you learn to develop these coping skills on. I don't know where you fall in spirituality. I know 5 years locked up. Maybe it crossed your mind. Did it? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So I got big into the whole God thing. I really do believe there's something bigger than me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Christianity or Catholicism or any of that shit. You know what I mean? But like this was the biggest tool I learned, like moving out of the recovery house, because I helped a lot of dudes. So I was 24 when I got sober. So you see kids getting sober all the time because fucking drugs are just killing everyone. But like they make their identity the recovery house. Like they're there for a year, or then they move to a sober house, kind of like a recovery house with no. It's like a halfway house. You know what I mean? You get it. I hope. But like these dudes, their identity becomes like, I got 13 other dudes to count on, and like sometimes at 3 a.m. when that craving hits, like you don't have anyone to rely on. Everyone's sleeping. So I got a big relationship with God. And that carried me through the pandemic. They were doing like Zoom meetings, but I just thought it was weird. They asked me to speak for my anniversary, and like I think the pandemic was like April's my anniversary, so it's like right in the height of it. So I was sitting there barefoot on a Zoom call doing an AA meeting. I was like, don't you guys think this is weird? I flipped the camera over. I was like, you guys don't think this is weird and awkward talking into our cell phones doing an AA meeting? I cringe at stuff like that. We had my boy Gramiak in the hospital, and it was like, we're going to take a meeting to him. And it was like 5 of us in the hospital. And they're like, all right, we're going to open up with how it works. And I was like, are we really doing this right now? I feel like it's a certain setting and stuff.
So that's where the thanks for sharing comes from.
Yeah, it comes from that. And I think people think it's going to be like a heavy AA podcast, but I do have just had my boys from AA on. But I usually have like tattoo artists on, skateboarders, like people who are into music, roofers. Yeah, pretty much anyone I can get. I have other comedians on. And like everyone I know from the comedy world, none of them are in the recovery world. So they're always fascinated by it. They're like, you were probably so fun to hang out with. And I was like, no. I was like, it was depressing, dude. What do you mean?
But how long have you been doing a podcast for?
I can tell you. I think I want to say maybe a year and a half. So it's weird because I took this like little month break, which wasn't intentional. It's just hard to get people. It's not hard to get people, but like I'm such a flake. I hit people up last minute. Like as I'm sure you're aware, I was like, "You free tomorrow?" You're like, "Oh, that was pretty quick." But so I get people to like agree to do it, but are like they'll be like, "Oh, those next week work for you," and I just forget to get back to them, and then I get like telling you, my brain goes into psycho mode. So I'm like, "Fuck them! They don't want to do it." You know what I mean? Which isn't the case. They're just like, "Can we reschedule it?" And I just forget to follow up with people. So how long have we been doing this? 1 year, a year and a half. Well, that was the first episode. Yeah, I've been doing it for like a year and a
What
half.
made you want to get involved in the podcast?
The pandemic, because I couldn't do stand up. So I was like, I guess I'll start doing a podcast. And
Is it me or is it like podcasts or like everyone? Not everyone, but a lot of people that have businesses. They even in like the motivational world, like you got like
yeah. Dude, I know realtors. Yeah.
Like you got all these motivational people, Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, John Max. These are all authors and all have podcasts. I think like I got no painters that have podcasts.
Yeah.
So like it's the next chapter to like the internet.
It's just something fun to do too, you know what I mean? And I do think I think I agree with you that it's like the future. So like I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts, but I feel like they hit it there. Like it's replacing journalism. You know what I mean? Like it's like replacing a newspaper, you know what I mean? People get information from there. And it's like, and it can be so catered specific to like what you like, you know what I mean? You want to learn more about painting, I'm sure the fucking best painter in the world's out there doing a fucking podcast. I don't know who that guy is, but you know. Or if you're into art, there's like tattoo podcasts. Like a lot of my buddies do tattoos, and they're like, "Oh, I listen to this one," and I listen to like nothing that like benefits my brain. I'm just like, they're like, "You want to hear a dick joke?" I'm like, "Dick jokes are the best, dude."
Me one.
I don't got one off the top of my head, dude. I don't know. That gives me anxiety when I hear the phrase because I fucking work with people, and they're like, "Oh, you do stand up? Tell me a joke," and I'm like, you know what I mean? It goes back to like doing an AA meeting on Zoom call. I feel like there's a certain like setup.
On the spot, you're like put on the spot.
Yeah, which I don't mind, but I'm like, I don't know. It works better like when you're on a stage with a crowd and like I don't got to talk over people. That's usually the best way to do it. But it's also my style. Mine's like very dry. I guess morbid. I found out today that I'm very morbid. Apparently, I make morbid jokes or something. A little dark, but I think that's the fun. Dark stuff. I think. What was I thinking? I was thinking of something. Yeah, I go crazy and I get on these tangents about God knows what. But yeah, no, doing a podcast is fun. It gets discouraging, like most things in life, dude. And you have a different mindset than me, where you just keep. And I will keep pushing forward, but like sometimes it just gets the best of me, where I'm just like, I don't fucking feel like dealing with it.
Sorry, that negative voice comes.
Yeah.
So I gotta like you.
Yeah.
But if you constantly put energy into something, happen. You just have to keep beating at it because it ultimately gotta be consistent. Keep playing through it. Patience. That's what it comes down to. Patience.
Well, I think what do they say? You put 10,000 hours into something. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
10,000 hours. You'll be successful at it.
It might not, and then you might quit at 10,000.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
someone might get it at 9,000.
I did that with this, which I was like, oh man, 10,000. What I think this is like this episode or something, seventh episode, and I'm just had a math fart, and I'm not terrible at math, but I was like, dude, the 10,000. If you think about it, I did 60 something of these, and like my buddy was like 6,000. No, it's not even 6,000. It's like 60 hours. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, I'm killing it. I'm almost at 10,000. They're like, you're at 10 hours. You did 10 episodes of this. It's 10 hours. I'm like, right. So I don't know how much you got it, but podcasting's kind of tough. Yeah, everyone needs something different to make yours like.
I think you need like a bigger presence in podcast. TikTok is going to.
Yeah.
You're going to have Instagram. People think. Meet people that you're serving at the bar and, hey, check me out. I got a podcast.
Yeah, I prefer the people I don't serve on. Like they're like, hey, I heard you say a couple racial slurs on your podcast. I'm like, not me, man. That's not me. No, I never have, guys. But yeah, I keep thinking about like changing the format. I'm just gonna keep it the same thing, but like so like a lot of podcasts I listen to, like everyone, not everyone's gonna be Joe Rogan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I, quite frankly, I think about it all the time. Like, what if quite frankly, wow, dude, good. Thank God you're here to catch that. That's his Instagram handle. Follow him. So I listen to Rogan sometimes. It depends on who he has, dude. But he's too much into the stuff he likes. You know what I mean? Like I do stand up. He has a lot of comedians on because he is a stand up comedian. Yeah. Like, what if I ever get to the point where I do Rogan? What am I going to talk to this dude for 3 hours about? Like, I'll be like, so jujitsu, right? And he'll be like, you do it? I'll be like, nah, just know you like it. Like, I can't be a yes man to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
My pride won't allow that. But I want to change the format up because, like, it's fun to do the interviews, but, like, I feel like to spice it up with people, I want to do, like, the March Madness, like, bracket, but do it with, like, different stuff.
Different.
Like, I'll do, like, cereal. And I'll be like, fucking Lucky Charms is a 1 seed going against, I don't know, Raisin Bran. And I think Lucky Charms is kind of booty, to be honest with you. I think it will get upset, but that's why it would be in number 1. You're giving me a look like, what? Do you disagree or you agree? Yeah, you disagree. Yeah, I think it's a little overrated. Yeah, I like Fruit Loops. My favorite's Cocoa Crispy. Cocoa Pebbles sucks. It's just like eating chocolate paper, and I don't want that. You see where I'm going? I feel like that's interesting. I just have someone up, and I'm like, what cereal do you like? It wouldn't be cereal. Cereal was just the first idea I had for it. Yo, but then I was like, I could do that with donuts. Love donuts. What, jelly's my least favorite. Yeah, but I can see why the allure of it.
You would never guess my favorite.
Strawberry? No. Plain and glazed? An old fashioned? Oh, they're great, dude. You ever get the ones with like the chocolate icing on them? Yeah. Change the game. I like a friend. That's good, dude. I love donuts. I can fucking pile down donuts. Where do you stand on Boston cream? Because some people find it quite disgusting, and I think they're insane.
Good.
I think Boston cream are so good.
They're good.
Regular cream, I think, is disgusting. Yeah. I won't do like any fruit. I don't like jelly to begin with. Yeah, I don't like
the, apple.
Like the apple caramel, the crumb.
Yeah, apple.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not crazy about it. One time I was at a meeting every Tuesday. I used to go to St. Bernard's, the men's meet, which
they do donuts.
Yeah, they do donuts and pretzels there. And the one day I thought I got a Boston cream because you can't tell. So like you're in a meeting with a bunch, you know what I mean? Especially a men's meeting, you don't want to pick up the donut and look inside of it because they're like, "What's wrong with this fucking psychopath? Just eat the fucking donut, don't be a bitch." But I'm a bitch. So I picked it up and I went confident, thinking it was Boston cream. It was vanilla cream, and I actually left the meeting in a sewer 2 blocks away. Because I thought if I threw it out, they would be like,
heck.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why I did it. I don't know.
You don't want to waste it.
See, it was too much testosterone in the room for me to be like, if I cut this in half, they're going to be like, just eat the fucking donut. You know what I mean? Either way, it was going to be just like, eat the fucking donut.
Then you just start cutting it into 4s.
Yeah, and then I'm fucking, you ever watch Seinfeld? When he eats the fucking Baby Ruth with or the Snickers with the fork and knife? Yeah, I'm just going to start doing that with donuts. Go real classy on people. I can fucking inhale donuts. They get me donuts at work a lot. And how many of these? I eat like complete garbage. I eat like no fruits or vegetables. And I just eat garbage. When I tell people that, they just assume I only eat chicken tenders and macaroni, which is not true. But also, those are 2 excellent foods. You know, who doesn't like chicken tenders and macaroni?
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. It's fun. Yeah. Your proud uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
That's a reason driving too. I didn't have that example when I have like a positive role model in my life. Like walk up to me.
Everyone has a fucking Uncle Frank. I got an Uncle Frank, dude. Way to continue the legacy, dude. You're the next generation.
I got Uncle Frank too.
Yeah, see, my nieces and nephews don't. Oh, I guess my Uncle Frank is their Uncle Frank. My brother has, like, if you're ever wondering why 2 things are here, usually people ask about that. There's another one back there. My brother had triplets. They were living here for a little. Yeah, he has 5 kids altogether.
Proud uncle.
Yeah, I'm proud uncle. It was just their baptism on Sunday. And I was fucking dying laughing because the priest talked way too fucking much. If you ask me, he was like making jokes, and I was like, "Can we?" I was starving. They live like an hour away now, and so our last name's White, which I always think it's funny if someone says anything involving our last name because it just sounds wrong. And he said, "What a glorious day for the Whites," and I was like, "This, that's the most racist shit ever, dude." But
no kids.
No. He had too many at this point. I thought about it, and then I was like, now he has too many, you know, I'm good.
So when you're spend time with your niece, nephews, you have this alleviate like the outside world, like your worries are going on them, like focused on stressing when
Yeah, well, the oldest is 6, so he's just like real into video games, and now it's like to a point like 6 is like kind of an annoying age. Like I love him to death, and I don't mind hanging out with him, dude. But it's just like he's like because I play Nintendo all the time, and he's like beat this level. I was like, I don't even have this game. I don't even know, you know. And he's beat this level for him, or he's constantly like, you want to play games, and I'm like, watch TV and be depressed in my room. But I can't tell a 6-year-old that, you know. Then he has a 3-year-old. She's just tough. She only likes my mom pretty much, you know what I mean? She likes her parents and my mom. And the other 3 are they're like old.
call yourself the weird uncle. You know, there's always an uncle.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
My brother upstairs does magic for him. That's kind of weird, dude. But at the same time, I think magic's like the coolest shit, dude. I like a lot of nerdy things. Like when I see someone doing magic, I'm like, do you not think that's like the coolest shit? Not that he's like amazing at magic. He has like fake light up thumbs, and it, like he clips them on, and they're like, you know, she's 3. She's like, that's fucking amazing, dude. So they like that. I might be the weird uncle actually. Now that you think about it, yeah, it's not a bad. They're just gonna goes down, talks into microphones all the time. What's up with that? I got screamed at by the oldest one about having a YouTube channel because kids love YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that shit,
Yeah.
but he was like, "You curse on your YouTube." I'm like, first off, how you even know I'm on YouTube? Who directed you that way? And don't watch it. The one girl I work with, her daughter like watches my clips. I'm like, first off, her daughter's like the same age as you, and I'm just like, why are you letting your kids see that, dude? I'm not saying like appropriate things.
Do you see like some of the stuff the kids watch on YouTube though, like homemade? Crazy.
Yeah. I used to not get video game streaming. I was like, why do people, you can just play the game? And now I've watched so much crap on TV that I watch like the game I play. I watch people. I'm like, I get excited for that stuff. I'm such a dork when it. But yeah, trying to go professional. I think that's like my no. I mean, yeah, that would be sick, dude. If I could get money to play video games, that's the dream. I fell back in love with like video games during the quarantine because I got a Nintendo and I was like, yo, this is sick. But all my friends play like Call of Duty and stuff, and they're like, you're a real bitch. And I'm like, all right, that's a little dramatic. Got the video game itch? Nah, good for you. Yeah, it's a waste of time, dude. Out your brain, and you're just like, fuck going out. Probably why I haven't done this podcast. I played the fucking children. Ever when 13-year-old professional at.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't want a little kid to start.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nintendo it doesn't allow you to talk to people online, which I think is probably smart. Yeah, I play Mario Kart. No, I play Super Smash Brothers. That's the main game I play too. I'm like,
still play it now.
fucking right. Yeah. I'll probably play after this. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna get a couple hours in to go to the meet, and then you know, which I don't want to go to the meeting. But someone, you ever get like put on the hook by someone? I guess did I put you on the hook today? But like, my one buddy texted me today. He's like, "See you at the meeting tonight," because I knew I was doing this. I'm tired talking. You would think talking for like an hour, 45 minutes isn't that hard, but it's hard. Like, oh man, you feel drained for some reason. Like, why do I feel drained? I was just talking to someone.
But podcast, I mean, stand-ups.
Nah, I think because of fucking doing AA so long, I'm used to public speaking. You ever been to Self Help Boulevard? It's like not the most hood rehab. You're a Self Help guy, right? Yeah. Would you say it's a hood rehab? It's yeah. But I would go there all the time and fucking tell my story, and all the black dudes fucking loved it every fucking time. They would just be like, Peter Parker, you're crazy. I don't even know why they would call me Peter Parker. I'm like, Spider-Man's the coolest fucking dude ever. So then eventually, I just kept saying I wanted to do stand-up, and it's all procrastination. It's just all not following through. I just never did it. And then one day I was just like, I'm going to start doing it. And I looked up open mics, and I got into it. So the public speaking thing. Like my first 6 months of doing stand-up, I did an hour special. I put it on Amazon, which it's hard to do an hour. And I personally want to delete it off of Amazon because, like, looking back at it 2 years later, I hate it.
Better?
Yeah, I think especially 6 months in, I barely knew how to talk to people. I was like, yo, heroin guys, and I was like, what?
You know me, development, research, and spend a little bit more time, not just doing it, but preparing to do it.
Oh yeah, no. Lately, I've been getting back in a groove because I just like lost all desire when like COVID happened. I started doing this, and I really like doing this, but now that the world's opened back up, I'm like, ah,
Just hand in hand.
yeah. So I'm just trying to get back into this. So that's why I appreciate motivational things because I'm like, I need to get back into doing stuff. Like, what am I doing? Because if I stay stagnant, I just get instant panic and anxiety, and like I go from positive to super negative real quick.
Try to do like one thing.
Yeah.
Just,
Stand up's always like a thing to do one thing a day because it can just talk from like talking to someone and I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. I'll write that down in my notes. Like I have a whole like fucking 2-page thing of notes in here.
Same thing with me with the motivational stuff. I'll talk with somebody.
Yeah. Just get that different perspective in life, and you're like, oh, I never thought about things that way, and it's all good stuff, dude. We hit the hour, dude. We did it.
Awesome.
Fly by for you. Thank you for waiting around. I know it was a little hectic here with them rebuilding this whole house, apparently, but everyone follow Quite Frankly on Instagram. He'll be tagged in the thing. I'll post a clip tomorrow or something. And thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.